Justice League: The Last Ride, issue 1, Chip Zdarsky writing with Miguel Medoncha on the art. I don't know if this is one you're going to actually catch up on, because I know that you just kind of forgot this was coming out.
I did, so I'll half listen while you talk, because I do intend on reading it still. So
well, here's the funny thing. So before I get to specifics, I was actually a little bit confused early on if this was in continuity, because there was some stuff that it kind of felt like, so there's definitely something that's happened recently at the start of the issue where the Justice League has disbanded and has been disbanded for a while, and the Batman and Superman have some beef, right? Something went down and they are not best of friends right now. And obviously that's not happened in current continuity, but I thought, oh, maybe this is just, that'll just be in this book because this is just set up that this has happened in the last few months or something. And there's some stuff about Green Lanterns where I thought, is this kind of tying into what's just happened in Green Lantern? And I wasn't sure. And I was like, it's not exactly 1-to-1, but it could become this. Like, is this actually giving us hints as to where that's going? And then, look, the very next page, Alfred was there, and I went, oh, okay, never mind. Never mind.
Very
Never mind. And then by the time it gets to the end, because then it reveals that a character died later on. Like the beef that Batman and Superman have, a character died who's definitely not dead in mid continuity. So it's not continuity. But I mean, it does kind of incorporate some stuff from continuity, like, now characters like Jessica Cruz pop up, because there was a time when you wouldn't get new characters like that in the out of continuity stories. You would only get the classics, so that's kind of neat. But and admittedly, Hal Jordan's outfit at one point looked a bit weird, but I wasn't sure if that's just what he was in at the end of Grant Morrison's run. Like, I have no idea.
Sure.
So yes, so it starts off kind of Superman focused, and he's Lois is narrating and talking about how, it's kind of getting to Superman a little bit that it is never ending. Like, he knows it's never ending, but he's kind of feeling it. She sort of sees it in his eyes, and she's worried about him. That there's always something else. There's always something next to go and save or go and he's adamant that he's fine. They're sleeping in the fortress for now because she's working on a book, which also felt in continuity, might I add, because she is working on a book in continuity. But he has this nightmare where he basically sees himself fail, where the Daily Planet globe, he catches it, but it's like infected with kryptonite, and this is all happening as other stuff's going on. And he wakes up screaming no, but there's a message from his old Justice League communicator, which is in a box, implying that it has been something that he's not been keeping on him for a while. And he goes to the watchtower, and everyone's like, well, no one's been here in a while. And I took this as, because the Hall of Justice is where everyone goes now. So this has been kind of, out of commission. Admittedly, I think technically it got destroyed, or it went away with the moon, and I don't know if it ever came back. But Flash and Wonder Woman are there. They're kind of not looking forward to what might go down here when Superman and Batman both get there. And they are very cold. They're very confrontational with each other. And eventually John Stewart calls in and says, look, we're not coming in personally, but we need to show you something. So through the Green Lantern communication, John Kilowog, who's wearing a hoodie, by the way, and Kilowog wearing a hoodie is a good look. Actually, you get the impression that he's been undercover, right? He's been trying to, not draw attention to himself. But
I'm excited for Kilowog in a hoodie.
It looks good. And Jessica Cruz are there. And they've basically got Lobo. They've got Lobo in chains, trapped. And apparently Lobo has killed the New Gods. And that's what they've arrested him for. And they need the Justice League help to figure out what to do with them, because he's got a lot of enemies. They're going to be going after him, and they want to make sure that he faces justice. And Batman says, F this. You don't need the Justice League for this. You get your entire Green Lantern Corps. And this is where I got really confused about continuity, because they straight up say that the reason why they're not strong right now is because a lot of their jurisdiction has been taken up by the United Planets. So I was really thinking, is this kind of tying into continuity? Because this is all very much what's going on and stuff. But yeah, so Superman says, look, we still need you. You're the one who has the mind that figures this out, and you've probably already thought of the perfect place to find him. And later on, when Superman goes to see Batman in Gotham, Batman insists on talking at the cave rather than out in the wild, fighting Mr. Freeze. Alfred's there at the computer, which is why I was like, okay, I guess we're just definitely out continuity then. But when Superman prods him and says, no, we do need you, we do need to help them, Like, you've already probably thought of this, but he does get angry at one point. He punches the big penny. You know, he gets a little pissed.
Oh, dang.
So he gets pissed, and it's like, you know, you're thinking to yourself, okay, the characterization of Superman and Lois has been pretty on point, but there's been a couple of times where he snapped a little bit, which does feel a little out of character.
Right.
But when it comes up, what went down? I mean, we don't have the specific shit, but Martian Manhunter is dead, and this is apparently Bruce's fault. So Superman, there is a rift here. But the end of the book is Batman saying, okay, yes, I do know where to put him. The perfect place to hide Lobo and like keep him under guard and protect him. We have to go back to where this all started. We have to go back to Apocalypse. So that's the cliffhanger of the story. So now I come to Justice League book. It was meant to be digital first to begin with, or even digital only. And it changed. People wanted a physical edition. I don't know if retailers are the ones who spoke up and said, we want to sell this because it's a Chip Zdarsky's Justice League book. It's going to sell. But it's interesting. I mean, I do like that there's a clear, defined like premise at the start. It's not just, the Justice League are hanging out and then there's a call comes in because there's a crisis. It's like, no. There's some backstory here with some mystery that we've set up that we're going to explore. The character interactions are fairly interesting. I like that the Green Lantern Corps are more of a factor in it as well. Curious to see what they do with it, and it's, you know, it's one of these things where it's not knocked me out of the, you know, I don't feel blown away by it by any means,
right.
But as a Justice League book, it feels like a fine mini that it's going to go into some stuff.
Right.
So I'm into it, and the art's they are solid. Madoncha's always been kind of a dependable, I don't want to say house style, but he's kind of that one of those workhorse artists who they'll throw in a book and you feel in comfortable hands. But you're never excited for Madoncha the same way you are for a lot of other names. But
yeah, Madoncha's style is DC.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, he's gonna draw the Flash properly, Green Lantern, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Like, you can rely on it, you know.
Yeah, and one of my favorite pals is probably Wonder Woman just sitting there in her chair with the sword resting against it, and she just looks miserable because she knows that there's going to be a confrontation when they'll show up. So, yeah, it's not bad though. I would probably, you know, coming from Zdarsky, maybe I was expecting to be more blown away, but I am still definitely into it. I still want to read more of it and see where it goes with the story.
Yeah, I definitely. You had me at Kilowog in a hoodie, so like. I'm gonna have to check it out for sure. Yeah,
and it's not even the full team doesn't even appear in this issue. There's no Aquaman, there's no Hawkgirl. Well, they appear, they may not just be relevant to the story, but it does kind of feel like the Skeleton Crew, where only a few of them have shown up to this call because they're all feeling, despondent because of whatever's happened to Jean. And maybe there'll be a reveal at the end that Jean's not really. Well, maybe it'll be in continuity. Maybe this Alfred's actually Jean pretending to be Alfred, and it'll turn out it's all been a ruse all along. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
But that would be a hell of a weird thing. It'd make us think it's not in continuity, and then swerve us later on. But hey, there you go. Justice League: The Last Ride. I mean, even the title makes it sound like it's this one final time they come together. So we'll see. We'll see.
Do they come out to American Badass or Roland?
Yeah, I'd probably throw this like a 7.5. Like, it's good. I like kind of the plot that it sets up. It seems like a fun plot, but it does seem like a miniseries that's not the important big story that's going on, which is maybe a bit of an indictment. But ultimately, not everything's going to feel that way. So, it is what it is.